What's up, guys? Welcome to a real quick kind of Q&A thing for wildlife. So I was just out in my front yard and it's starting to be very early fall migration for birds. So starting to get some good stuff. I got this western tanager yesterday and then a couple of stuff today. So it's always nice being able to just go out in your front yard and chill for a while and shoot some birds in the face. But on that note of shooting birds in the face, I put out a video a while back about how I set up my my R5 and my R6 for wildlife, specifically for like autofocus and all that stuff. And in that video, I mentioned that I keep it on case 1, but I didn't go into very detailed specifics on why. You know, there's a bunch of cases in there, and when you're reading some of them, they might sound like they make sense for a certain thing, but in reality, what I found is that case 1 usually works the best, but there are a couple of tweaks that I do that are real super simple, and it's really easy. So I'm just gonna show you guys that on here, and then that's pretty much it. So like I said, super short video. Let me get this set up real quick so you can see the back of the screen, and then I'll show you how I have my case 1 set up and why. All right, so here is my R5. We're gonna go into autofocus so you can see we're already there. It's third menu in. So I keep it on case 1, and you'll see it says versatile multi-purpose casing, so setting. So that's kind of what I want, because you just never know what birds and wildlife are going to do. So I'm happy with that. The only thing that I change is this right here. By default, it's set to 0, so I want to bring tracking sensitivity down to like -1, and then accelerate or decelerate tracking. By default, it's also set to 0, so I want to bring it down to -1. So, I mean, that was it. It's that simple. I try not to overcomplicate things when it comes to that, but that's just the case scenario that I use for wildlife. That's just what I found that works the best, and I've used that kind of same setting since basically since my 5D Mark IV and 1DX2 for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's been kind of the best for me. So for all the people that have been asking over the past few months, that's how I do it. So the biggest reason that I have it set up that way is, like I said, case 1 is just kind of overall the best that I've found in general, but I've found that tweaking on that case and bringing those sensitivities down for basically when I'm like tracking birds, and either if the bird's in flight or if the bird's hopping around in the forest, being in and out of all these like trees and branches and leaves and all that stuff. When something goes in front of it, I don't want it to lose the bird. I want it to stay on the bird, even if the bird goes behind something, or if something goes in front of the bird, or whatever. If the bird is kind of like a little more erratic, I don't want it to be so quick to jump to something else, which it can do with the regular sensitivity. So I just bring that sensitivity down just a bit for both of those in case 1, and I just find that to be a really great result for the R5 and the R6 holding on to the autofocus. And I find that just to be a really great happy zone for the autofocus, being able to hold on to the bird and not, or the wildlife, whatever's running around in front of me, and not lose it so quickly due to getting distracted, because the autofocus in these cameras are amazing, but that doesn't mean they're perfect, and it can be kind of erratic, and it can be kind of like a space cadet, kitten or whatever, like, whoa, look at that, like, and it can jump off of things and jump onto new things that you don't want it to. So I found if I just bring that sensitivity down just a little bit, then that's kind of the best for me. If you're new to the channel and or new to the R5 and R6, I do have, like I said, the entire video for how I set up like entirely this for wildlife, all the other settings and stuff, and that's a lot more detailed and a lot longer. So you can go check that out if you want some more help, or if you at least want to see how I set things up with like my dual button back focus and what other settings I turn on and off and optimize and all that good stuff. I also have a ton of like in the field wildlife photography playlists. You can check those out and see like how I shoot in the field, and just for some other videos. I'm not usually in my studio. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm also trying to say I'm ready for second breakfast. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions about wildlife photography or photography in general, or the R5, the R6, or anything you want to know or see related to that stuff, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if this video helped you out, because that's the best way you can help me out, and I super appreciate it. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.